Oh shit. Oh, dude, did I just do that? I was muted the whole time. You're just sitting there like, oh, he's gonna figure it out.
You piece of shit.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, thanks for tuning in to Dicking Around with Josh and Philbo. This is your co-host Philbo, and
And I'm the main host, the colorful man. My name is Josh.
you're colorful, man. You're all red today. You're all decked up, man.
Fuck yeah. Oh, oh.
Oh yeah, go dogs. So
Go
welcome.
dogs.
Welcome everybody to episode 8, the Great 8. This one's gonna be a doozy for you. That's what the kids say, right? Doozy.
Something like that. Yeah, in the 40s, I think.
So as always, feel free to jump in the chat, give us a topic that you want us to cover, but we always come prepared, of course. And with coming prepared, as always, we're gonna start you off with the tequila of the week from our main boy.
All right, so we're gonna do the tequila of the week, but Philbo, I need help with the theme song. Can you help me out?
Of course.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ole!
Haha.
We remember the Ole. Nice. We're gonna have to bring on a Hispanic member of the podcast just to do the theme song.
All right. So today I've got Corazon Reposado. Philbo, this is one thing that you've stolen from me. My
Stolen
heart.
from you. Why is that?
My heart.
Your heart?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
My heart can only belong to one person, and Monica thinks it's her, but she's not watching today.
Oh, she's out.
Oh, God damn it.
All the homoerotic shenanigans could begin.
So anyway, today, as per usual, I'm going to go. My vehicle is going to be over ice. Some people call it rock. Some people call it ice. I just call it a drink. I'm going to go. I'm going to switch it up a little bit on you. You know, I like my seltzer water.
Oh shit.
I'm going to switch brands. This is Bubbly Bounce. You can also find this at your local discount grocer. Not very expensive. The difference is this is flavor. This is their triple berry flavor, which I really like. But this is caffeinated. The Polar Pop is not caffeinated, so this is going to give me a little jump start too.
All right, I like it.
So I'm gonna set myself up a drink. If you want to go ahead and grab your tea of choice this week.
Yeah. So there actually is a difference this week. So I was in Publix. So Publix started carrying Milos. But if you're an idiot like I am sometimes, you're just walking through the store, you're not really paying attention. You'll just accidentally grab a very similar looking thing of tea without really paying attention to it. And it turns out it's Publix brand. Now look, Publix brand is a staple across the Southeast region. I've just discovered a superior quality tea at Milos. But look, I started from the bottom. I remember my roots. If I accidentally buy tea, I'm gonna drink it. Damn it! I don't have $100.
Let's keep in mind here that this is the gentleman that forgot to turn my audio on.
I forgot to turn my audio on.
All right, so let me walk through the dicks and dickettes out there how I like to pour my drink. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but this one it also has a cork. And the last 4 weeks we've had a cork in our tequila. That means we're moving up a shelf. The first couple had the little shitty screw tops where you just screw it off. You know you're getting somewhere when you can actually hear the.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So basically, you're saying that
sexy.
the short bartenders can no longer access this drink without help.
No, they can. We're not on tippy toes for the short ones yet. So when I create my cocktail, I like to go at least half tequila. And as per usual, if you're not at least half tequila, you're on the wrong podcast. I think you're looking for pussing around with Philbo or something like that.
just Philbo. I thought you were gonna say something funny like dildo and Yeshua or something, but no, you went with
I know. I'm not funny at all. So
no,
anyway,
you just went with something not funny that nobody laughed at.
Right. No one laughed at anything I've ever said.
Exactly. I don't even know why you're here.
So I have no idea either, man.
It's
I'm still trying to figure that out.
It's like you have.
Listen, for everybody out there that wants to know why I'm on this podcast, is because I fucking owe him money and I'm almost paid off. So don't get used to this shit. Don't get used to this. So look, we always like to start with a cheers. There's no better luck than a cheers before action. So here's to all the people that came out to check us out, and thanks for coming by. Drop us some love in the chat and let us know what you want us to talk about. If not, we'll just talk about everything else. But
totally fine.
Here's to Philbo. I love you. Tu es mi corazón.
Here's to Joshua. I love you, and I'll be at your house in a week. And that's not a threat.
Oh yeah,
that's
cheers.
A promise. Cheers.
And cheers to everybody.
Delicious. All you Shirlings out there with your non-alcoholic beverages.
Cheers, Faith. Shout out.
Cheers.
I'll take another one for you.
Cheers, Squirrel. Secret Squirrel. Thanks for jumping
in. That's Faith. You can shout her out.
Oh, you're just gonna name drop her like that?
We're gonna dox her. Yeah.
She lives at 123 Main Street.
I've got her home address, her work address. I've got half her social security number. I'm working on.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll go into the Faith section later. We'll anyway, what's up? But no, you brought that up, dude. We will be doing the first live podcast together.
Yep.
Next week.
I'm excited. It's gonna be great.
If you guys check me out,
look at him, that beautiful guy right
there. I'll give you the sneak peek. I do have a. Oh shit! I didn't move it enough.
Hold on, I can move it for you. Here you go.
Yeah,
you go.
Move it. No, I do have a co-captain's chair.
Right.
And Philbo will be in that seat. This beautiful bastard will be within arm's distance. So instead of doing our traditional chop when he fucks up, I'll just backhand his ass.
He'll just hit me in the face. You can.
Yeah, it'll be a backhand type scenario.
Or you can provide me with the ultimate. Whenever you want to give me praise, you can just give me the old reach around.
I mean, you can't. My hands off camera except for when I'm smoking, so they don't know. Like if you actually see this. At one point,
they can't. That's exactly. Well, for right now, but when we're together,
that's the point.
When we're together, though,
we'll do you a separate camera.
Oh, for sure.
So, anyway, moving on. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully, y'all enjoy it. It's going to be lucky number 9, and it's going to be fucking killer. But,
that was my number in baseball. It was 9.
Yeah,
so, there you go. It'll also be the first of probably roughly 3 podcasts that will probably drop that week, because there will be at least one complete hot tub podcast for sure.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna get to see 6 guys in a hot tub that only holds 4, and we haven't decided if we're gonna. Yeah. Hopefully it's not like the one last time where if you're on the wrong side you just fall down all the time. And
hopefully it's not it's like the one last time where it holds either 2 or 3 regular people or 1 Chris.
Right. So if Chris is in, then you get to kneel in the middle and work around him. Because one side was like the side of a mountain to where I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. But I fell down like 92 times because
you actually hurt yourself, didn't you? Like you cut your leg or some shit like that.
I did. It was eating my shins up. Because
like an old fucking man, dude.
Yeah, there's just fucking ridges on the side because it was meant for like either 2 people on one side or one person to lay like all the way across the other side.
Right.
And Chris is taking up the entire fucking side where it's supposed to hold 2 people. And then I'm trying to like sit or stand on the other side. And I just keep like turning around and falling backwards. And like, it wasn't meant for that type. It was a 3-person hot tub, but Chris is 2.5 people.
Right, exactly.
So it just didn't work. By the way, guys, I wish everybody on this fucking stream could see our setup on the hot tub. I brought my 50-inch fucking Roku TV. We had it set up.
Rip.
You know, it got rained on, but hey, it still lasted about 8 months, bro. It lasted like 8 months. She was a trooper.
She really was. Your outdoor television. Are you bringing another one this time? I meant to ask you.
I can buy one.
Ah, don't do that. I saw this really nice speaker at Costco that I think it's only like $100. I'm thinking about picking it up. It's a great like it would be great for the whole room, the outdoors, whatever. It's fucking loud, so
All right.
it's like it
Well,
looks like a
I mean,
big ass
our setup's a
boombox.
little bit different. Like we're actually, we have our own like little like private gazebo for
I
the hot
saw
tub,
that,
and
yeah.
instead of it being under a porch, I believe it's completely enclosed.
I'm willing to bet
So,
there's not an audio hookup to it
so
though.
no, but I'm just saying it's no longer a weather permitting situation.
Oh, that's
If
true. I didn't even think about that. Good point.
Yeah, it's not a weather permitting situation, and I'm perfectly okay throwing $150 out to buy a little uh
Smart
like
TV.
like 30 something inch smart TV that we can jam out on.
Honestly, like if you're
Um,
willing to do it, I can't. I'm not gonna say no because it was honestly great. Plus, I think we should just watch Shorzy again because that show's fucking great. Why wouldn't we?
I mean, Shorzy is one of the greatest shows on Hulu. Check it out, everybody. It's
Yeah,
fucking great.
and that's
But
our hot tub tradition.
that's our hot tub tradition,
Yeah.
and I don't think Chris liked it very much, but he took up half the hot tub, so who cares?
And once we forced him into it, once we held him down, and forced one leg at a
Well,
time into the
yeah,
hot tub.
we held him down emotionally. There's no way we can hold him down physically.
Yeah, we called him a lot of names like big guy and how's the weather up there and all
Yeah,
that.
big guy, and anytime we got in the truck, I would scream, "G.I. Joe!"
I forgot you did do that. Did you still do that when you moved in with him?
Yes,
Of course.
anytime.
Of
And
course.
it was rare. Like once I lived with him, that I would ride with him. But every once in a while, we go out to dinner or go do something. Like maybe once every 2 weeks or something. But every time, it didn't matter. Kids involved, Mariah involved. G.I. Joe.
There it is.
So anyway,
All right.
let's move forward. So the next segment is always my hat and the dope ass logo. So let me give you a
Let's
look real
drop it.
quick.
Look at that. Dope ass logo. That's one pissed off cross.
Dope. That is dope, bro. Like he's so pissed at that H. No. So this is the Hickory Crawdads, Hickory, North Carolina. It's right up the road from me. They are a minor league team, which they all are. But this is a high A affiliate. And Philbo, what team are they a high A affiliate of?
Why the Texas Rangers, my friend.
The Texas Rangers, which let me just go ahead and give a shout out to the Texas Rangers. Thank you so much for signing Jacob deGrom because he's healthy this year and we don't have to see him 6 times this year.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for continuing to be a subpar team and not a threat to basically anybody in the league.
And not a threat to anybody but the Blue Jays, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see how that develops.
So, a little bit of their backstory. I mean, I've been to a couple games. It's pretty sweet. So they were originally in Gastonia. So they were the Gastonia Rangers. So, as we featured a few weeks ago, the Honey Hunters are replacing them years and years later. But Hickory, North Carolina, Philbo, I don't know if you know a whole lot about it, but it's a pretty sweet area.
Yeah,
Like
you told
they
me.
have, yeah, it's really chill. They have their own breweries. It's especially Old Hickory Brewing. I featured their beer on our baseball special.
Mhm.
They have 3 different restaurant / bar / sundries areas in the town. But more importantly, the Crawdads. They're do you have a photo to pull up? Have you ever pulled it up?
Yeah, I got some
Um,
photos for you.
as far as their
You want to look at their logo real
stadium?
quick or their stadium?
Yeah. Well, the logo I find awesome. Like the hat, this is the hat that they wear.
Let's just look at their
So
logo real quick. I didn't have it pulled up, but let's just look at it.
yeah, it's fantastic.
They got a couple
I-
of cool ones.
Yeah, now their main logo is the one where you can just see the eyes of the crawdad. Says crawdads, and he's holding the baseball with the
Yeah,
claws.
this one right here.
Yeah, So I was really torn, man, because they're both dope
They
logos.
are. I really like. I think this one. I think I like this one better, honestly.
But the cap, look, the cap that I was gonna get, I decided on this one because this is traditional. But the cap that I wanted to get originally it's just the top part of that. No, the main logo, the top part where you can just see the eyes and the ripple in the water.
No, I know, but I was gonna say I really like. I didn't want to cut you off. I really like this logo where he's like flexing the bats behind the back.
Yeah,
that's pretty badass. Dude, that might be the
that's
best
nasty,
one.
man. That's nasty. And they got a new one that looks like the buff lobster from SpongeBob.
Is it this one? Right here in the top right. I think this is like all of their different logos they have.
Yeah. No, that doesn't show the new one.
Oh, that doesn't show the new one? Okay.
No.
So anyway.
And what their alternate logo is the state of North Carolina with the crawdads thing. You know,
it's pretty legit.
It's pretty legit, but like I said, I've been to crawdads games. The crawdads games are badass, man. And you have
we got some stadium. We got some stadium pictures here. So they play in the world-renowned LP France Stadium. It's actually a really nice. I feel like this is a really good baseball stadium. Like it's got a really good. It almost has the feel of a larger park, even though they're just a high affiliate. Although this was a cool shot too. This was for the 25 year anniversary. I think it was probably back. It was like in the 90s or the early 2000s. Yeah, I mean, it's just got this really cool. Like it almost kind of reminds me of like the Gwinnett Braves. See, I think they call it Coors Field. That's what it used to be called. Not Coors Field. Coolray Field. Sorry, is what it used to be.
You mean the Stripers?
What? Sorry, yeah, the worst name for a fucking baseball team ever.
I agree. We won't be featuring we will eventually have to.
We'll run out of. We'll run it. They'll be the very last team.
Yeah, no, we'll feature the Oakland Athletics as a minor league team before.
Fuck, that got me. That's hilarious. But sorry, no, they're a really great organization out there. They have a really cool stadium, and you could just kind of see from all these pictures like the good atmosphere. And even this one's a kind of a shitty like fan picture. I just thought it was like really encapsulates the atmosphere. Like it's a good ballpark. You get a beer, you chill out, watch a good game.
So. And that's 100% what it is. And you're right on top of it. You're like right on the money. You just like you got the hammer on the top of the nail. You just haven't hit it yet. So the big thing is what a lot of minor league teams are doing now is they're creating these like gazebo areas or beer garden areas where you just go hang out and ignore the game and do dollar beers and all this stuff. The Hickory Crawdads now, while they definitely support beer drinking and hot dog eating and all that stuff.
10-cent beer night, anybody?
Right, but that's not the feature of them. The feature of them is an old school type feel to where we're going to pack everybody in. We're going to give you beer and hot dogs, and we're going to put on a show for you. We're going to put on a good ball game. We don't have to have the circus clowns dancing on the side.
Right.
They're definitely in the spectrum. They're definitely way over here as far as baseball is important. To where
off screen.
Yeah, it's off screen over here with Burt Ward. If you know, you know. But
yeah, at the movie theater.
So yeah, at the movie theater.
Okay.
So, anyway, moving forward. So some of their notable alumni. Now they have been feeding into the Texas Rangers for some time, which means probably haven't heard of most of these people. But
shout out.
Shout out. There's definitely a couple Braves on here, including Luke Jackson, which we're
he's your favorite pitcher, Josh.
Oh my goodness, I can't say what I call him, but
you probably can actually. It's probably not that big of a deal, but whatever.
Well, the nickname I have for Luke Jackson is Luke Dick Suck Jackson. Like, oh look, Dick sucks in. Anyway,
I call him Luke. My personal nickname is Luke Roller Coaster Jackson. But we'll get there.
So Dick Suck comes in no. Anyway, Joey Gallo, very notable. I mean, the guy could never find pace anywhere, but I think he's actually not doing horrible. He's doing pretty well to begin this season. But most notably Carlos Lee, the pitcher, and Andrew McCutchen. Crazy.
Yeah.
But then there's these two other guys we'll talk about later, Rognet Odor and Jose Bautista. Both very decorated, very
Yeah, they got a lot of
very
black
good
and blue.
yeah, they're very good professionals. There was a time when they were unprofessional. We'll talk about that later. But
Oh, we will. We will talk about that.
yeah. So and Jorge Alfaro. I mean, they definitely got some alumni coming out of the Crawdads. So look out for them pinchers, kids. What are we looking?
They're coming. They're coming to a town near you.
Oh, so what are we looking like as far as scheduling goes?
So far their schedule goes coming up. What's today? The 20th. Today 22nd.
22nd.
I don't know why I was almost forgot, but they're at home for the next couple of games playing Bowling Green, Kentucky Hot Rods, which maybe we should check them out next. That name sounds cool. And then they'll go away for Winston-Salem. They kind of do this weird like trade-off. I guess they're right next door to Winston-Salem, so it's really not that big of a deal. And then they come back for a good home stint versus the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. So
Jersey Shore Blue Claws, there'll just be shellfish everywhere.
It'll be snooky and shellfish.
Look, if they don't seize the opportunity and have a shrimp scampi night, come on now.
Dude, shrimp scampi. Oh, okay. Anyway, but I gotta tell you a funny story about Winston-Salem too here in a second. So, but this is what their schedule looks like. They'll be at home the next couple today and tomorrow, tonight actually, and then tomorrow afternoon, and then back the first week in May they'll be playing. So go give them some love, go show them support, go check out that great stadium they got with all that fancy beer setup and some non-fancy beer setup.
Show them some love. Go get you a dope ass hat.
Go get it. Yeah, one of their many dope ass logos. Can't go wrong. So.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we're gonna marker. That's the end of the promo for the Hickory Crawdads. I'm gonna tell you the quick story about Winston-Salem from yesterday. So I was driving these people around. I do Uber once a week, by the way. Because podcasting is not as lucrative as it sounds, kids. So
he's poor.
Did you say she's poor? That's what it sounded like to me. Anyway, no, but it was funny because I drove these people around from New Orleans, and I was like, "Oh, my family's from New Orleans." Blah blah blah. We're talking about food, and they're like, "Yeah, we lived in Winston-Salem for like 2 years, and we had to move because the food was terrible." And I was like, I thought that was hilarious because I was like, my friend's from North Carolina, and he would take offense to that. But
that's not true. That's not true. That is not true.
Okay,
Winston-Salem. No, Winston-Salem is not something that I would defend. Winston-Salem is a different thing altogether.
It's basically just a large train depot that a town grew around.
No, it's it's where Camel cigarettes, RJ Reynolds. It's a cigarette town. It's not a food town, kid. So look, it's a cigarette town. Everybody there, their taste buds are burned out by cigarettes, so it's got to be spicy or salty. Don't fucking do it. And they also don't have any culture. This fucking guy that works for me, we were having a deep discussion, myself and a peer of mine, about certain nuances and Carolina dogs and how they're built, and like hot dogs, I mean, right. And like the nuances. And he was like, "Well, no, you just put ketchup and mustard on it." I was like, "Where are you from,
bro?"
It's like Winston-Salem. I was like, "Yeah, no, you can moonwalk out of this conversation, brother."
Say no more.
Yeah, say no more. Go smoke you a Camel.
Oh my gosh.
Which reminds me, I need a cigarette.
Yeah, speaking of, I guess you would know. You're like, no, that's a goddamn cigarette town, Philbo, and here's why.
But I don't smoke Camels, boys and girls.
No, that's where they're from, Virginia, right? I forget.
Philip Morris. Philip Morris is from
Virginia, right?
Philip Morris is from Caution, causes lung cancer, heart disease, emphysema.
Oh, Caution, USA. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But, RJ Reynolds owns Camel. They're based in Winston-Salem.
Ridiculous. So
I've got a couple cool stories to tell you about Winston-Salem if you want
them. Well, we got too many cool stories to talk about today.
We do have too much shit to talk about.
We do. It's so much shit, so little time. So what do you want to do? I'll tell you.
So right now it's still fresh. So bring it up. Look, we were talking about the alumni for the Hickory Crawdads. Right. So two of the notable alumni are Rogue Neto Odor and Jose Bautista. And they never played as teammates on the Hickory Crawdads because they're both really good ball players, and they're about 8 years in difference in age. So they wouldn't have crossed paths there. However, you would think, hey, we came through this. Maybe the culture, maybe this. Apparently, the Texas Rangers organization has zero culture because they don't teach their people how to act. So let's let's pull up the video and
we'll just watch what happens here.
So we don't need sound on this, but
no, it's off.
So he lets it rip, double play. Now watch this. I don't know if you've ever played baseball, dicks and dickettes, but this is not how you slide into fucking second base. Okay.
Hold on a second. I know we're not supposed to do this because we always get hit on the fighting videos, but what the fuck is going on up here? Hold on. Not this guy, but here he comes. Right there. Watch that guy. Who's that guy's name? Polar or something? That was hilarious.
No, that's our guy. That's Pilar.
Oh, Pilar? Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's hilarious. Currently on the Braves. so anyway, now they're going to pull him apart. We're talking shit. Now, there was a couple shots. Oh. Look at this.
We're not going to break it down.
Like, that's not how you slide into second, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get the Oakleys knocked off your face. And look, these two are teammates. Oh, there it goes.
Damn.
Attempted headlock. His quads were too strong. Not going to allow it to happen. But no. So as we go through this, basically, Jose Bautista in this situation is the towel. He's a sliding towel.
What kind of a towel? Did we bring out the towel scale for this story?
Yeah. No, he's a sliding towel.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So he actually placed a towel underneath his knee to slide 10 feet past second base.
Right.
And like he is a towel in this situation. And look, now here he is. He looks out of breath, but when you see him, when somebody actually lets him go, like he's wobbly. He got rocked, kid. And then hang on. The best part is then the coaches get into it. Now, like both of the skippers are out hilarious. Here. They like all the coaching staff is fighting, and then the two skippers are going at it. The best fact about this is the one not wearing a hat, the one for the Blue Jays, was ejected the game before and the game before that. So he wasn't eligible to be on the field. He ended up getting fined $20,000 for coming on the field and doing that.
Jesus Christ. That's hilarious.
This guy. But then I love Texas. He I forget his name, but he comes up. Look at him. Bautista's like, I don't really. Can we go get ice cream? Can we get ice cream? Like, I might need somebody to ice my head down, and then can we have ice cream?
It's time for a game stick, boys.
Yeah, it's sticks. Have you ever had a steak? It's so fucking good.
We should get some sticks for the cabin.
Oh, sticks. They're a must.
I think we get the point here. There's they're not big fans of each other after that.
But they're not big fans of each other.
That's a nasty slide, dude. You can't be doing that in the pros, man. They're gonna get you for it every time. They're either gonna start a fight, which is gonna get you kicked out, or the ump's gonna do you one better and just toss you out of the game outright. They do not like that shit.
But more importantly, the Texas Rangers organization, they pick and choose. They're almost like the Charlotte Hornets in the sense to where they can only have one superstar at a time. So once you kind of get over the hill and you're out of your MVP stride, they'll sell you to whatever team, and then you can come back and fight them because they hate you.
I wonder if they have the Cincinnati Reds problem where they're still paying like Roger Clemens or some shit, like a shit ton of money.
They're still paying Nolan Ryan $42 million a year.
Yeah, for real.
Look, out of any player, I'd be okay with that. He was worth that.
You're probably right.
For his longevity, and I mean, fuck, dude, he won the Cy Young at what age 42?
Yeah, something insane 40, like that.
And he won his 9th Cy Young or something crazy. Like, yeah, dude, just keep him on the payroll. Yeah, I don't know why are you not paying Nolan Ryan to do something right?
Yeah, he's got so much wisdom. He could just by the fact that he's on the payroll, the accountants will be smarter.
No, after his big fight, I forget the guy's name, but after his big fight that involved Bo Jackson at the end, like where he just got the guy in the headlock and bulldogged him.
Oh, really? I never saw that one. That's hilarious.
Oh, God, that's a crazy. Yeah. By the way, we're not a sports podcast or a fight podcast,
But we are.
but we kind of are at this point. We're like this far away from being banned from TikTok altogether because they're not putting up with our shit anymore. We're broadcasting it to the 13 to 17 male and female demographic, and they're just not they're not having it
For some reason. I mean, our videos do good on TikTok. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but they do good on TikTok. So somebody's having it.
Somebody likes it, okay?
Exactly.
And I think they're 14-year-old males that are playing with Legos. Anyway, because they're actually 7, but they had to put that they were 14 to get on TikTok.
Exactly.
Anyway, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the young fans.
Look, we only accidentally DM'd like 3 of them and then a couple hookers. Now we know better, okay?
I was gonna say, wait, yeah, okay. I'm glad you spaced them apart in your sentence. I was a little worried for a second.
And a couple hookers. Okay? Hey, listen, we were propositioned. We could get to know each other better. I'm sorry. We could get to know ourselves better.
Is that how it was phrased?
That's how it's phrased. We could get to know ourselves better.
So you're telling me there was a chance?
There was a chance, and that's why I asked you for your address. I was gonna sick her on you. She's in Atlanta.
Give her face address.
She's in Atlanta. She would show up with the cab running, wanting you to pay cab fare.
Oh god. As long as we didn't find her in some dive bar on the Tennessee
and you'd be like,
border.
I'm an Uber driver, baby. Just wave them off.
Yeah, you ride for free in the bourbon. I don't know why I picked up this calculator. I don't know what the fuck. Why don't I even have a calculator?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
That's a chop and the first chop of the episode.
Hold on.
First of all, what
let me
what
tally
the fuck
up how
was
many
that?
chops.
Are you calculating?
This is
you
like my graphic
chops right
my
now?
graphic calculator. I can graph it out. I can find I can do the forecast for how many chops I'm supposed to receive for the rest of the episode.
3.8 on average.
Yeah, I'll draw you like I'll do boobs, except it'll spell out boobs on the graph, like in big B-O-O-B-S.
And it peaked the time that I had 2 Red Bulls and like half a bottle of gin before I came on, and I chopped you like 3 times in 30 seconds.
You were just like, whoop out, whoop out,
whoop out. No, I was literally just tomahawk chopping.
Yeah.
And that's a chop.
We had just
scored. Wait, you got a problem with it? You got a problem with it? It's another fucking chop.
We went up 4 runs in the second, and you're just like, yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah. Oh.
Hell yeah. So anyway, all right, so we got that story out of the way relatively quickly. I'm kind of glad we did because we have more shit to talk about. So I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna steer the conversation.
Is it baseball or fighting?
Yeah. But we're gonna get rid of the baseball and fighting real fast so we can talk about other shit today. But let's talk about the beer sales because I actually really like this story. Because for a couple different reasons. So I like it because I feel like it almost doesn't matter in my opinion. But it's still interesting enough as it is because it kind of is like a temperature taken on the league as a whole.
If you're a grown human being, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because you're responsible for your own actions.
Right.
But
so we're talking about 5% of baseball fans here.
Right. So for the vast majority of baseball fans, this actually matters because they realized decades ago that they have to limit when they stop you from drinking at the stadium. Right. Which is a joke because all you need is cargo pockets and the right entrance, and you can bring as much shit in as you want.
Dude, I already tell you a story. My grandfather used to break into Washington Senators games in DC in like the 20s, and he would just go in the outfield, and he would just sneak over the fence, and then eventually they paid him to beat up other kids sneaking over the fence, and one of the kids he ended up beating up was Ken Griffey Sr. That's a true story.
No shit.
True story.
And then 9/11 happened. now the FBI and Homeland Security is guarding the gates.
I can't remember if it was either Ken Griffey Sr. or Cal Ripken Sr. Only one of them is old enough to have been around that time, so I don't remember which one it was off the top of my head. Probably not Ken Griffey Sr. Probably
No,
Cal
Ripken.
Ripken Sr.
Ripken Senior is definitely older.
Yeah, it was definitely Ripken Sr. I always get that messed up because later on.
Well, also with the timing, that makes a big difference because it's the difference in just whooping ass and a hate crime.
Well, yeah. but what was I gonna say? No, but it was crazy about that story is later on.
Because look, if you got a pack of white people telling another white person to go beat up a black dude,
Yeah.
we're crossing lines at that point.
No, it was definitely
let's go with Cal Ripken Sr.
No, it was definitely I think it was definitely Cal Ripken Sr. But the reason why I confuse him with Ken Griffey Sr. is because there was a time when he was like 70 something years old, and he's walking down the street and he recognizes Cal Ripken Sr. Hadn't seen him in years, recognized him from when they were kids, and they meet up and they talk. And Ken Griffey Sr. is also with him, and I believe Cal Ripken Jr. was also there. I don't remember who else was there with them. But he sat down and talked baseball.
Let's say, goddamn, was Pete Rose there too?
He might have been, dog. I don't know. But that's why I'll never forget that story because it's so badass. Like my grandfather beat up Cal Ripken Sr.
That's pretty badass.
I mean, granted they were kids, but it's still pretty funny.
But at the same time, look, and both of the gentlemen that you just mentioned, they definitely sired top 10 baseball players of all time. So
exactly.
Well, maybe not top 10, top 20.
Right.
Ripken's in the top 10. I don't know if Junior's in the top 10, but
there's a lot of really good baseball players. So
there really
tough.
are. And when you get down to the nitty gritty and you look at the Hall of Fame voters, like they don't help you out at all. Cause like Derek Jeter didn't get in unanimously. It's like, all right, so which one of these bullshit reporters' wives did Jeter fucking hand a gift bag to? Like,
which is a true story, by the way. Yeah. Jeter was doing that.
she comes home with a gift basket full of Jeter memorabilia, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I wrote that story, bitch."
Dude, how much of a piece of shit do you have to be having frequent one-night stands and then giving out gift baskets with your fucking face on them? Or like in them or whatever.
When she wakes up in what she thinks is your bed, but it's actually the fuck room bed. When she wakes up,
that's like some Quagmire shit, dude. Let's be real. Like that's fucking weird.
No, he just called it the consensual room. Like they had to sign a contract when they went in.
Right, exactly.
And then they wake up in the morning and he's poof gone like a fart in the wind. They never talk to him again. But they're met by his staff at the bottom of the staircase with like a choice of 3 different baskets. Like
Jesus Christ.
We need to talk assortment.
Should I bring up that story? Hold on. Should we just talk about this for a second? Because I fucking love this story. Is bad, but it reminds me of just how much of a piece of shit Jeter is.
And by the way, he could potentially make. We might be able to save that for a Hall of Fame bid because he can make that. I say for the Hall of Fame because he's a real fucking piece of work.
That's true. Okay, we'll save it for next week. I really like that idea. I really like that. We'll save it.
He's a real. Listen, we'll tease that, and just look it up on your own, whatever, and we'll give you the color commentary on it.
Hell yeah! But let's talk about
Cheater.
Let's talk about beers going to the 8th inning. You're right. Sorry, we'll do that. We'll do that next week for sure. But let's see. Arizona Diamondbacks, Milwaukee Brewers, go figure. Minnesota Twins and Texas Rangers are all going 8th inning beers. Which. I mean,
definitely all beer towns except for Phoenix. And Phoenix, you're in a desert, so all you can do is gamble or drink.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the other ones make sense. I mean, the Brewers, the one that's just not the one that's not on this list is the Colorado Rockies. Where you at, Coors Light?
Yeah, you're there's a reason anyway, but I love. I mean, it's got to be the Brewers. I mean, it's the town with the most alcoholics per capita or some shit like that, you know. Yeah. So of course it's gonna be fucking Milwaukee. I think it's interesting in the fact, like, to me, like, my point is, okay, so and you made a good counterpoint, so bring it up. But my point to this is, like, if you're driving to the game, which I said admittedly happens less and less, like, you're not gonna, you know, people are Ubering, taking the train, whatever it fucking is, you know, or taking the fucking e-scooters, whatever the fuck. There's alternative methods of transportation now.
Right, or if you're responsible enough to be gainfully employed and have season tickets, then you know, you're gonna park and tailgate responsibly and be at work at 8 a.m. the next day.
Right. So my point to this is like I feel like I mean if most people probably go to a game and have what 1 or 2 beers because you're already paying $10 a beer anyway.
So we're talking about 22-year-old me here is what we're talking about. Where
Right.
I would just fire up the truck and go down and be like, well, I don't know, devil may care. Here we go.
Right. Exactly.
And oh shit, it's a major league game and the beers are only $3. All right, hold my beer proverbially because here we fucking go.
Right. Because I'll be holding my actual beer.
Yeah, no, I'll be holding my actual 3 beers that I just purchased because I don't feel like going back and forth.
Sorry. But yeah, anyway, I think I to me it's like I don't think this really matters. I think what it does indicate though, well, they said in the articles like games are getting shorter, but does it also mean that ticket sales are down or something, or they're struggling financially otherwise in the stadiums too?
Well, I've actually I looked up a couple other articles on this, and the data is actually going to shock you. The data,
I'll never be shocked, Josh. Data doesn't shock me.
Wait till next week, buddy. But no, the data shows that they're actually making comparable beer sales. It's not like they're not netting less. They're actually, especially for successful teams. Now, the Baltimore Orioles are probably going to be down.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, you say that, but like there's like a whole like beer culture around going to a Baltimore Orioles game because don't they have their own like big local brewery
right there. But they're bringing their own beer outside and drinking it and then going into the game.
And that's just the players.
Right.
Oh god.
Oh my god, they're so bad.
Freaking Baltimore.
So bad. I'll never forget, what was it? It was like 2 or 3 years ago where it just went viral. The one guy, and he's not a bad player, was named Trey Mancini, like the only stud they have. Right. But he went, like he was going for a web gem and just laid out from center field and just completely, like he overshot the ball by 2 feet and it bonked him on the head. Like he ate shit on the ground and then it bonked him on the head. It's like,
god.
Yep. This it's par for the course. This is an Orioles game, so
like pretty much it's gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah, cue the Benny Hill music, like
yeah, exactly.
Like we have no idea what's gonna. We're sure we're gonna see a Balk live, and
oh my god, dude.
It's like a Globetrotters, but they're the other team. What's the name of that team?
The Washington Generals.
Generals, yeah. So they're the Washington Generals of the MLB. Like they're putting on a show. It's just the other team's really not that good either. Like you're playing the Texas Rangers. Like they have a chance to make it competitive, but they just make it comical.
Right.
Instead.
They're playing the Seattle Mariners every time. Which
right.
Oh, I forgot about that other story we had about the Mariners trident, the home run trident.
This is not a baseball podcast.
All right, I know, but let's just take a look at the Mariners home run trident because it's badass.
It is badass, and this is also one of the lower tier baseball teams in the MLB. So they don't hit. So if I think the Braves right now are like second or third in the league with like it's a crazy number of home runs. I think in how many games have we played? Like 20 games?
20, yeah, exactly 20.
Yeah. I think they have something crazy like 52 or 53 home runs. I think the Mariners might have like 25. But it's like if you're on a losing ball club, I guess you got to celebrate something.
Here it is right here. Pretty badass. I'm not going to lie. The home run trident. You get to go and pose in the dugout. That's pretty badass.
That's sick. I mean, it's sick.
They should put some hot dogs on it and you can start roasting some hot dogs or some shit. Every time.
Yeah, roast them over the fire.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be pretty badass. Some s'mores. Get some dugout s'mores going.
Dude. That's absolutely insane. Like, win a fucking game.
What's their record?
Fucking game.
What's their record right now? I'm curious.
I'll double check and get back to you. They're not
now,
great.
They're 9-11, and
that's fantastic.
They're 4th out of 5 in their division right now.
That's fantastic.
Guess the only team that's worse than them in their division.
The Oakland
Of
Athletics.
course.
I'm sorry, the Gwinnett Stripers.
The Braves farm team. It's in the contract now. We don't even send the guys back down to AAA. We just send them to the A's for like 20
They
games.
just go to Oakland.
Straight to Oakland.
Straight to Oakland.
Oh god, that's an inside joke that literally nobody gets too. If they're watching, they're like, "What do they mean by that?" It's an inside
Straight
joke
to Gwinnett.
from an inside joke from another
From a-
meme from a TV show.
From a TV show that was from 10 years ago.
More than that, dude. At this point, I think. But
Nah, Parks and Rec didn't end. Well, maybe 10 years ago.
no, I think it might be more than that. Let's see, Parks and Rec last season. This is the
No.
kind of like live interaction.
I think it was
get.
I think it was like 2016.
Surprise you. 2015.
Close.
2015. So okay, so 8 years ago.
So 8 years.
Yeah.
Either way, irrelevant.
It's something.
It's so funny. We're not going to explain the joke. If you get it, you get it. If you don't,
So nobody gets it. So anyway, moving on.
so straight to Gwinnett.
Shit, what was I gonna say? I forgot.
I have no idea where you're at in your head right now.
I know, I'm all over the place.
We just talked about baseball for an hour.
Well, okay,
now,
well,
right?
and I can't believe you don't know about 10-cent beer night. That just blew my mind. 10-cent beer night is like it's like the burning the disco records night in Chicago, except it's not. So let me just tell you about it real quick. Let me just read the synopsis because you need to know about this. It's like a real outside of baseball. It's like a real historical event. So, let's see. So on June 4th, 1974, the Cleveland Indians held 10-cent beer night. And for all of you haters out there, in 1974, they were still called the Cleveland Indians. This is a historical document. Okay, this is not about the Cleveland Guardians.
And they were still using the extremely racist logo. It was even worse then.
What's the, okay? If you haven't seen the movie Major League, wow, what did they were dressing up in like Plains Indians costumes and outfit in the outfield and like banging on.
Oh
the
yeah,
drums for the home runs.
setting up their
Yeah.
drums and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the Braves mascot did used to be Chief Nakahoma, so
Yeah, that was unfortunate. But
But anyway, so the club intended to offer as much 8-ounce Stroh's beer, I don't know how you say it, STROH, as fans could drink for only 10 cents a pop. They played the Texas Rangers that night, oddly enough.
well, I just buy a keg at that point because it only cost me $16.
Well, so the background of this is 6 days earlier, there was a bench clearing brawl between the Indians and the Rangers in Arlington. So the teams were already like, they had a little bit of tension between them.
Right.
And-
so now the fans get involved.
Exactly. So in the fourth inning of that game, which is, a little less than halfway through a game, more than likely, they walked. There was a Texas Ranger player that walked. Lenny Randall hit a single, and the next batter hit a ground ball to a third baseman who stepped on third and threw to second. But the play was disrupted by a hard slide from Randall. So apparently, hard slides brought in the Texas Rangers organization. Mitt Wilcox, the pitcher for Cleveland in the eighth, retaliated by throwing the ball behind Randall's head. Randall bunted, and as Wilcox retrieved the ball to try and tag him, Randall forearmed Wilcox. Indians first baseman John Ellis then proceeded to punch Randall, resulting in a brawl on the field. Oh, that was the brawl. Okay, so this wasn't 10-cent beer night. I didn't realize that we're describing what happened there. So earlier in the game, Texas Rangers beating the shit out of the Indians because if you know anything about Cleveland baseball team history, they don't win very often.
No, they don't.
5-1 lead.
I think
But-
the one time that I know of that they went to the World Series, they got trashed by the '95 Braves.
Yeah. Yeah, then. Well, they also went, didn't they? Well, they also lost to the Cubs too in like 2017, didn't they? Who did the Cubs beat?
No, yeah, they did.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
is
they
crazy.
did.
Which is crazy if you think about it. How did they lose to the team that historically has lost more World Series?
Right. No, they they gave up like 100-year tradition.
Yeah. You have the Cleveland.
That's how bad
Cleveland
the
to think
Indians
about.
are.
This is how bad Cleveland is, bro. Why do you think LeBron left?
Right. That's like Detroit's motto is at least we're not Cleveland.
Exactly. But during this game, a woman ran onto the Indians on deck circle and flashed her breasts, tried to kiss an umpire
Woo!
Naked man streaked onto the field and slid into second base. As Grieve
Like a NASCAR race, baby.
A father and son ran to the outfield and moon fans in the bleachers. Hilarious. So there's a lot going on.
Wow, that's hilarious.
I
a grown man and son
think they were probably both grown. My point is all the shenanigans together at this point are equaling hilarity.
So we're obviously drunk because
everybody's fucked up.
Yeah, because we're implementing nudity into our fun.
Yeah.
That's not you're never stone cold sober. Like, well, I got to get up at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Like, why don't I just moon these people and then walk out?
Yeah, and it's back into the 70s too. There's no remote work, bro. Everybody's got that 1 hour commute to work.
Well, it's back. So. Yeah, it's well, it's back in the 70s. Also, there's not an extra 2-year charge on if you show your balls on a moon.
It's also the 70s, and you can pretty much drink and drive wherever you want to go.
Right, like you can talk to the cops on the way out, and be like, "Nah, it's cool, bro."
Yeah, you're literally getting into your car with an open beer bottle, and they're like, ah.
"You think I'm drunk? Look at that guy."
Yeah. That asshole can't hold his liquor. So and then there's a line drive that hit a player. Fans yelled, "Hit him again! Hit him harder!
Nice. Hit him again!" Yes, yes.
As the game continued,
yes.
Fans continued to cause problems, including throwing hot dogs and spitting at Mike Hargrove and firing fireworks into the Texas dugout. Which is just hilarious. Like,
so it just devolved into nonsense. It was literally adults like you and me. We would be like half cocked. We would be drunk. Like
we would just be laughing.
We would be like, who's in charge here?
At some point, we might start to worry for our safety.
At some point, we
probably get out of here.
Saunter out the back. Like, I'm too old for this. Like, 22-year-old Josh, he'd be in the thick of it. I'd moon every motherfucker in there. Like, at some point, I don't know how I would do it, but I'd be on the Jumbotron mooning everyone, balls out and everything.
So at this point, the guy who was also spit on in the dugout was almost hit by a gallon jug of Thunderbird. so I just threw that out.
Gallon jug.
Yep.
You know what this reminds me of?
Time,
you know what this sounds like? This sounds like when God, I forgot what podcast I was listening to, but they were talking about going to an Insane Clown Posse concert where like literally they have these giant like rocket launchers where they just shoot 2 liters of Faygo into the crowd.
Oh, that's great.
Like if you're not paying attention, you just catch like what's his name? Shaggy 2 Dope from ICP is firing fucking like full 100% full fucking
that's awesome.
2 liters of Faygo at his fans, and then this kid that's up on top of his like an 11-year-old kid that's on his dad's shoulders just eats one to the dome, and then he gets up crying, he's bleeding and shit. He's like, "What a pussy!"
Oh god!
It's like all right, so you just fired 4 pounds at a child's head, like it's a 4-pound round. Like, what are you doing? And how are these people not arrested every concert?
Jesus Christ. What do they call themselves again?
Juggalos.
Juggalos, yeah, thank you. I couldn't remember that. Yeah, they got some interesting shenanigans on their own there.
Yeah, no, I got a good side story for that too. But
I'll wrap up 10-cent beer night because we're coming to the juicy part.
All right.
So Cleveland ended up, of course, tying the game up in the 9th inning. Through all this bullshit.
So now it's a high tension. It's a high tension situation.
Probably because they were firing fireworks at him the whole fucking time. They couldn't concentrate. So, can you imagine this happening today, dude? The MLB would like send goons to people's houses to try to find them, let alone the fucking players. Jesus Christ. So,
Homeland Security would come out of their van.
Yeah, everybody would get a no-knock raid.
No, you would literally get a 30-round clip of automatic fire that's a warning shot. After that, they just start mowing them down like it's
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
China.
It'd be fucking Kent State in there, dude. Are you kidding me? So
no, nowadays trying to sneak just a little firecracker into an MLB will catch you 5 years.
Oh god, yeah, for real. They'll treat you as a domestic terrorist or some shit.
But apparently back then you could just take bottle rockets and Roman candles, just lean over the
Shoot 'em
dugout,
at professional baseball players.
just let them rip. It's like, here,
God.
Dad, you hold it, I'll light it.
This is a great moment, son. Let's go run onto the field and moon this.
We'll remember this for. we'll remember this forever. Let's cap it off with a full moon.
Oh, God. Anyway, so in the 9th inning, fan tried to steal Rangers player Jeff Burrows' hat. And confronting the fan, Burrows tripped and fell to the ground. So the Texas manager, Billy Martin, thought Burrows was being attacked and charged onto the field with some players with bats. But listen, no, this is where it gets even crazier. But most of the intoxicated fans had knives, chains, and portions of the stadium seats they had ripped off.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy shit.
They were celebrating U.S. Army Ranger Night. And they all pulled out their 45 automatics.
Quite literally, dude. It's like the Rangers like, okay, Warriors come out and play, and then the Warriors came out with fucking knives.
And then the Warriors came to fucking
seats.
play.
Yeah, the Warriors came to fucking play.
Oh, you thought the fireworks were fun? Just catch this case, big guy.
Yeah, we were just dicking around before, but now we mean business.
There's 3 city cops that are actually in charge of everyone. So yeah. I don't know how are they gonna stop 20,000 fans that bring out chains and knives?
But there's a crazy shit here. The Indians manager realized that the Rangers players' lives were in danger, and he told his guys to grab bats and go help them out. So now they're fighting their own fans to help protect their league members.
Right. We're gonna burn this shit to the ground, bro.
Yeah, literally, it was fucking crazy. And
then Josh's ancestor, great grandpa Josh, is up there, half naked, going 10-cent beer night.
Yeah. Oh, they were having a blast, man. They were also trying to kill each other, but they were having a blast doing it.
Oh yeah, nobody was upset the next day.
Oh no, it was all great. Whatever. Notice how there's never been a discount beer night in professional baseball since.
Right. I mean, the dugout was also full of empty beer cans, and they weren't thrown from the fans.
Exactly. So
they used to know what baseball was about.
Oh. Yeah, for real. It's just a bunch of tobacco and fucking beer cans all over the place. Rioters then began throwing folding chairs, one of which hit reliever Tom Hilgendorf in the head. Among those involved
in the bullpen or on the field.
I think just during the brawl, on the field. So among those involved was Rusty.
I forget where the umps no longer have control. We're not playing baseball.
I think the umps probably ran away. I mean, good for them.
Yeah, it's just fucking Thunderdome at this point.
It's worse. It's like Escape from New York at this point, except Cleveland.
Yes. Getting Snake Plissken.
Yeah, exactly.
Snake Plissken with the fucking. You remember the movie where he's got the pistol with the rifle scope, like the 18-time rifle scope, with a silencer. I'm like, hang on, what are you trying to accomplish?
For some reason, why was that so popular in 80s movies? Because in the Terminator, I don't know if you remember, but Arnold Schwarzenegger had that too. He's got the scope with the red dot sight, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Have you ever fired a pistol?
It's like you realize he is the scope and the red dot sight, right? Like he's the Terminator.
But Snake Plissken wasn't. But at the same time, the pistol he has is effective at 30 yards max, and then
it's like a blunderbuss.
Yeah, no, you put a scope on that thing that can actually zoom in at 500 yards,
right?
And you put a silencer on it, so now it's only effective at 15 yards. So so he's super zoomed in, he's actually going to shoot the freckle off of your cheek.
He's trying to split the atoms on you, apparently.
Yeah. And he's got the laser. It all zooms in on the freckle on your cheek.
Yeah.
He's going to take that errant mole off of your lip. Is what he's going to do.
But okay, we're almost to the end here, and it just keeps getting better and better. Let's see. The bases were stolen and never returned. So they're still out there somewhere.
Oh,
Somebody's
they never
owns-
showed up on eBay.
No, just like that Jose Soler home run, they never found them again.
It's Jorge, not Jose.
Oh, sorry, Jorge.
That's a
Soler.
chop.
Oh, shut up! I knew you were gonna say that.
That's a chop.
The bases were stolen. Never. Well, I'm giving you a chop for not knowing about 10-cent beer night, which is like one of the.
Well, and I chop you back for chopping
no.
me. We can fucking.
You can't.
Oh,
Oh. All right. Bases were stolen, never returned. The guys who called the game on the Indians radio noted the lack of police protection, and a riot squad eventually showed up and ended the brawl. So, like, they were fighting for so long that a riot squad in the 70s, like, it's not like we have the SWAT response times in major cities that we do. Like, they can be pretty much anywhere in like 30 minutes.
An hour and a half later.
Yes, an hour and like a significant amount of time went by, and then the riot squad showed up.
14 children had already been trampled in the stands.
Jesus
and 3
Christ.
professional ball players had already been thrashed with chains. Now it's time to deploy the CS gas.
I love this. Lee McPhail, the American League president, said of the game, there was no question that beer played a part in the riots. Thanks, Sherlock.
Were they being irrational?
Oh, God.
Speaking of irrational, wrap this shit up. I gotta pee.
The last part of it is the Indians, who had scheduled 3 more of these beer nights, changed it from unlimited beer to 4 beers per person for the rest of their promotions.
But they left it at 10 cents.
I guess. But only 4 beers. Which how do they even limit that in the 70s? Because it's like you don't have credit cards. Like how the fuck are they even limiting that shit?
I have no idea. I guess a punch card.
Here's a chop for having to pee during my fucking podcast.
God damn it!
Now go pee. And I'll talk about a video game. Which is gonna be what for this week? You know what? I got a good one to talk about this week, my friends. Let me pull it up on Steam. Okay, so little known fact about me: when I was a younger man and I had a lot more time in my life, I started a regiment in Holdfast, which was a video game which is a kind of a spiritual successor to Mountain Blade Warband for the Napoleonic Wars mod. I was in a few regiments back then, and I wanted to, kind of join this community in this new game that was coming out. Turns out there was a whole controversy with Holdfast, with the devs like not developing their game. Fuck them. But, and this is even perfect timing for this. This new game came out, I think, let's see, when did it come out? March 1st, 2022. So let me pull them up on the screen. This is called Battlecry of Freedom. This is it's another kind of like spiritual successor to Mountain Blade Warband Napoleonic Wars, where it's a Civil War game. You kind of run out with your muskets, and you either play as the Union Confederacy, and you fight other people on the battlefield. It's pretty badass. You can either play as a single person, or you can play as a single guy controlling a whole squad of units in commander battle mode. They have community events, so if you join a regiment, you can join these massive line battles. I believe the servers are a 250 person max, so you can join a whole live event with all this stuff. It's really fun if you have the time to do it. I no longer have the time to do these kind of things, so I didn't invest that kind of time. But what's great about this game for this week, it's currently on sale for $3 on Steam. It's a great promotion there. You can also get the free demo right now. And if you're a DLC kind of person, the DLC are on sale right now too. But I can't speak higher about this game. It's a fantastic game with an even better community. Great group of people out there that are playing this. And it's actually it shows here in the beginning of the trailer, it's from the developers who worked on the Napoleonic Wars DLC for Mountain Blade Warband. So this is their game. This is their successor. And I can't speak higher about it. So just go out there, give it a shot. It's $3. Hardly breaking the bank to go give this game a shot. And have some fun. It's a fantastic game. So we'll cut.
Dude, I might have to check that out. So do you think my laptop would run that?
Yeah, your laptop would definitely run it. I'm pretty positive it would.
And it's Civil War based.
Yeah, so basically and you're like an individual. So you can just like jump into a game where you're just running around shooting people, Or like
Oh fuck, dude.
yeah, or like I said, they have a community. You can join a community, and then you can do like scheduled events where you actually like basically reenact the battles
So
where you.
like MMO.
Yeah, well, kind of, except you play the let's say a battle lasts like 20 minutes. In that 20-minute time frame, you get a one life, and you run around like you just take orders from your commanding officer, and you run around, and then you try to shoot people, and you have to adhere to certain like rules that would have been observed back then. So
Right.
it's
So you can do like role play type things.
yeah, it's kind of like role play, except like it's never like that. It's not like serious where like people are like, you must call me Beauregard Lee. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like that. It's not like that kind of role play. They just role play like the rules of battle, and then they just like fuck around while doing it. It's
So
actually it's a lot of fun.
yeah, it's somewhere in between no action and all like dick sucking,
Yeah,
and then Leroy Jenkins.
yeah, it's great.
Like
It's a lot of fun, dude.
dude, I might have to check that
It's
out.
three
'Cause
bucks. I mean, you might as well check it out. I mean, shit.
I think I might.
Yeah,
I
Just
really
gotta
think I might
download
because I love the Civil War shit. But so is it first person or third person?
it's both. You can be either one. You can select your camera setting. Although it really depends on. I think third person is probably easier for when you get into melee engagements, and you can kind of switch to first person to aim. It's just one. I can't remember if it's R or T or whatever key binding it is. You can switch between them pretty easily.
Well, I mean, I'm a console dummy. So is there any way to actually map that on a controller?
I don't know off the top of my head, but you can easily go in and find. I don't know if they have controller settings built into the game or not. But usually, especially on Steam, there's generally a way to get it to work properly. So
Right. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. For
yeah,
real. That
it's pretty legit.
I know I caught the back end of it because I had to rock a piss, but it seems pretty fucking sweet.
If you,
And by the way, we're not
on.
sponsored by this.
No,
Anybody listening, we just we're both huge nerds and really like video games.
hell yeah,
So and I'm always looking for something to hold my attention for the 28 minutes I can give to it per week.
yeah, absolutely.
So
Sorry.
anyway, I don't know if you saw it, but we're on round two. So cheers to anybody that stuck around.
Nice.
We we had a big show, and now we're down to the Elite Four. So
The
cheers
Final
to the
Four.
Elite Four.
I'll give myself some more tea. Fuck it. This shit doesn't affect me like the Milos does. I can usually drink some consecutive glasses without feeling it.
And I apologize. I haven't peed in 2 episodes, but like the
2
whole time,
episodes.
I haven't peed in 3 weeks. But today, look, I drank a little more than I should have last night, and I hydrated all day today. And who knew that water is just like beer? Like once you actually open the faucet, it just keeps running.
Just keeps going.
So you're lucky because I've been in pain for the last 20 minutes. So you're lucky you got me for over an hour.
Well, we got just a couple of more stories to wrap up the podcast today. Let's go ahead and talk about Max Scherzer so we can get baseball out of the way.
So the entire podcast is about baseball. We're not a baseball podcast.
We're not a base. It's not a sports podcast. This is not a baseball podcast.
It's not a fighting podcast.
It's not a fighting podcast.
But all we've talked about is baseball and fighting.
Yeah. Well, we'll find a way to branch out. It's fine. We'll be around for a while.
guess.
Well, I really fucked up when I clicked on there. I clicked on the thanks for watching page for like half a second.
Well, we're
Oops,
done. See
it's
you
over.
later.
Thanks, boys and girls. Hour and a half got shortened today.
Time to go really drink.
Yeah, for real. Time to go have our own 10-cent beer night. I still can't get over that. Firing fireworks into the dugout. That shit's hilarious.
By the way, let me go through this in before we hit segments. Speaking of that, Mater's 100% in for next Sunday. So he's bringing the Harley down. He's bringing all his shit down.
Oh, sweet.
We're going to check out the Honey Hunters. Shout out again, Honey Hunters.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna go check them out. Appreciate the free tickets. And then he's coming. Well, we're going to Leather and Lace, which is a 5-minute walk down the road. I guess Philbo's not going, but he's staying over. And then I believe we have been approved for an early check-in. So whenever we wake up in the morning, we're heading to the cabin, bitch.
Sweet. Do you know how far away it is from where you live?
It's less than 2 hours. I think it's like an hour and a half.
That's not bad. Wait, so we should all? Can we all? Well, I don't. He's taking his Harley. I was gonna say like we should try to carpool though, and I don't know if you want to
Well,
take.
I thought we were gonna do the world's shittiest car meet.
Well, we're gonna end up doing that anyway at this point. But I don't know if you. I don't know if I think we could probably fit his Harley into my Suburban if I take the back seats out. So.
Well, and I thought like I don't have to drive anything because look, I thought it would be pretty cool to take the Jeep. We could GI Joe shit around like and actually yell GI Joe because we could have two people up front.
Maybe
you know I don't rock. No, listen, I don't rock seats, so we'll have the spider web doors on, no top, no seats, and then we could like if anything's less than like 4 miles away. Then 4 guys standing holding handles on the roll cage.
Pull the garbage truck.
Yeah, just fucking G.I. Joe.
Right, or we could not get arrested.
Right, or we could not get 14 DUIs in 6 days.
For real. I don't know. But that's the other thing too. Is like that's why I should bring the Suburban also because we can literally fit everybody in there.
And so, I thought, see, that's the logical choice, but the badass choice is G.I. Joeing around town.
It's a small enough town. We probably can.
by the end of the week, we're gonna have to like pull together a clean license. We're gonna have to like rent someone to drive us around,
bro. I mean, we're gonna be great friends with the sheriff's office after all this. I'll tell you what.
The problem is the Jeep is a manual transmission, so not everybody knows how to drive.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else would know how to drive manual, other than you.
Oh, Mater knows.
Well, okay. Well, Mater. I'm trying to think of the other group. I don't think any. Maybe Justin. I don't know.
Well, look, the 2 old guys coming to the cabin, definitely.
Yeah, that's for sure. You didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice. What the fuck's an automatic? I didn't learn of automatics until after I had my license for 10 years.
Yeah, you're like, wait, they put air conditioning in these cars now?
What? Wait, I don't have to do like this to roll the fucking window down?
The cigarette lighter is not for lighting cigarettes anymore?
Wait, there's no cigarette lighter in this? What the fuck? There's no ashtray?
Oh god. Yeah, there's not a corded phone that's attached to the car?
Right, that you can't light your cigarettes because you have to plug it in the fucking cigarette lighter? What the fuck? How are you living?
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's why they created the extra power port, so you still light your cigarettes and have your car phone.
Right, that's true. That's why they have it in the console now. The extra,
yeah.
Except it's all USB now, and there's not even.
Anyway, we'll plan that out off the podcast, but
I think we should just turn it into the planning vacation podcast.
That's not a bad idea because look, he does have a badass trailer. He could drive his truck and leave it at my car, and then you could just drag his bike up there.
There you go.
You do have a tow hitch, right?
I'm pretty sure I do. I don't remember off the top of my head.
If not, I have a tow hitch, so we could just GI Joe all the way up there, and then
we'll figure it out. I gotta see how many of them are gonna carpool, so they don't all fucking show up together. So
otherwise, we show up with 6 fucking vehicles.
Yeah, it'll literally be. Yeah, I just love the idea of the world's shittiest car meet though. The 97 Civic, the 13 Suburban, the 15 Type R.
That's an 18 Type R, sir.
Excuse me. The 18 Type R.
The Harley.
The Harley. I love the Harley. It really just brings the whole thing together. It really does.
Like some like casually somebody that actually spends months up there at a time, and they just roll by. They're like, "What the fuck is happening there?
Who the fuck are these hillbillies, and why the fuck are they in my cabin?
What in the fuck is there? Please just drive faster. Drive faster.
Them city slickers don't know how to buy a car. If it's not a Ford Bronco, a Ford F-150, a Ford Raptor, it's like Bubba from Forrest Gump, just listing off all the Fords. Right. A Ford Focus.
I didn't see a goddamn Ford amongst the bunch.
In fact, I saw a Chevy. Them bitches don't know shit.
The only one that might have some sense is the Harley, but he's hanging out with him.
Exactly. That's how you know the whole lot is bad.
Goodness, he's just gonna beat my ass for talking shit.
They're also what was I gonna say? Never mind, I'm not gonna get into it. So anyway,
right.
so Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer got suspended for having a foreign substance, failed multiple times for a foreign substance check.
So basically, I'll walk you through this
walk
one.
us through the story. I'll just leave it up for people to look at.
Max Scherzer, first of all, fuck Max Scherzer because he was a National, now he's a Met.
Right.
And he's fucking 90 years old, but he's still dominant. We hate the guy. But as far as an athlete goes, he's phenomenal. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. But if anybody knows what to do and what not to do, it's Max Scherzer. But he comes out, and they use rosin bags. They rosin their hands up so they're sticky, so they can get the spin on the ball that they need. And mixed with sweat, so they'll rub their arms, they'll rub their necks, they'll rub just about anything with sweat, and it mixes with the rosin, gets real sticky, and then they can put crazy amounts of spin, have like a 93 mile an hour slider that moves 2 feet across the strike zone. And so basically, they started, I think 4 years ago, they started checking the pitcher's hands. Like the pitcher has to hold their hands out like they're begging for something. And then one of the umpiring crew has to come, like, put their hands on their hands and rub them and see if it's a foreign substance. And some of the foreign substances that have been used are insane. Like so not to be confused with rosin, they will actually use a resin, which they'll put on the inside of their hat, the inside of their glove, and resin is very, very sticky. So that can add an extra 2 inches to your slider just because you have it on your hand. And they got creative. They make clear resin. They hide it different places under the brim of their hat because, a lot of pitchers that baseball, everybody's super, super superstitious. And they, the reasoning why their hat brim is discolored is because they've worn it for the last 19 games because they're on a streak. But realistically, they're rubbing resin in it in the hotel room.
Right.
So they started checking for that. So now they rub their hands. And when he rubbed Matt Scherzer's hands, he said, "Look, doesn't feel right. So in front of me and another umpire, you actually have to use this bottle of alcohol and rinse your hands off and then come out clean next inning." So he said, "All right, fine. Not a big deal. I'll do it for you." So he did it. And then he comes back out the next inning, pitches a phenomenal inning, comes back off, and the same ump's like, "This is worse than last time. What are you doing?" He's like, "Look, I have no idea." He's like, it's just sweat and rosin. That's all it is a rosin bag and sweat. And the guy's like, "Okay, well, you got to wash your hands with alcohol again. Plus, you're not going to be able to bring that same fielding glove out. You're going to have to switch your glove." So he's like, "Yeah, dude, I got 5 of these motherfuckers. I'll go get another one." And so he comes back out in the 4th inning, pitches another phenomenal inning, does the same thing. And the guy's like, "I've never felt anything this sticky in my entire life." Like, he's like, "This is crazy. It's clumped up. What are you doing?" And there was like a 3-minute period where you can read his lips. He's saying, "I swear on my life, it is rosin and sweat.
Right.
It's completely legal. I'm not doing anything crazy." And the guy's like, I don't know. And he's the whole time he's like, "Seriously, this is rosin and sweat." He's like, "You know what? Alcohol's sticky too. You made me wash my hands with alcohol twice. It's sticky. I don't know what's going on or what you're feeling, but I'm not doing anything wrong. I swear on my," he said, "I swear on my life," like 5 times. And then around 5 seconds after the last time, you just see he doesn't say you're out of here. He just casually tosses him.
Time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go. So he loses his mind. The manager comes out, and the manager's just gets in his ear, kind of like, trying to get him off the field. And he's like, "I swear to God, I swear on my life." He's trying to convince his skipper, but the skipper doesn't seem convinced. The skipper's like, "Yeah, I know. I saw what you're doing. Can we just go this way, please? Can we go this way before we turn a 10 game into an entire season ban? Can we just go this way?" Like, "Yeah, we get it. We know who you are." And they finally get him off. And then he does this podcast afterwards, like an MLB podcast. And he's like, and he's reading his own lips and saying, "I was telling him, I swear on my life. And they were making my hands, wash my hands with alcohol." But in the recap, what I didn't understand was going on nowadays. They actually did a time, like a long time elapse on his rosin bag on the mound. So they don't use their own rosin bags on the mound now. They actually rosin their hands up before they take them out, which I find highly suspect. If look, why not? Look, it's one of the biggest things in baseball. When you go out there, you pop, 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 pop. Like you rosin your
What was
hand
that
up.
again? What's the sequence?
I'm sorry, pop, 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 pop.
There you go.
I'm saying, look, watch any game in the 90s. Just watch John Smoltz. He comes out there, pops it up twice, backhands it twice, and then smacks it to the ground, like straight on the mound.
Yep.
It's
all
like that's all you do. You get the rosin on you. You rub a little sweat in a little bit. Some people went straight rosin, but however you want to do it to not get calluses on your fingers, because it will cause calluses on your fingers if you're not careful. And that'll take you out of the game for a couple of weeks because fucking popping blisters and calluses, just crazy shit. But
and then everybody gets to yell at you for being on the DL for fucking blisters. You're like, come on,
right,
man.
right. But then every time you're trying to throw your Uncle Charlie's like, oh!
Right,
like,
exactly.
It's the worst pain of your life. It's like, I do it for the fans. See, but I will look on that point. Kids are soft today because like they'll hit the 15-day DL just for nothing.
Back in my day when kids are tough and we didn't have disabled lists.
Back in my day when Nolan Ryan was fucking gorilla choking people while punching them.
Back in my day when Ty Cobb sharpened his cleats to slide into second base, we didn't have any bench clearing balls over that. You just bled, and you accepted the honor of getting slid into by Ty Cobb.
Yeah, you bleed.
Uh-oh. I'm getting the call, boys. Getting the call.
Uh-oh. Anyway, so Scherzer ended up he's gonna appeal it, but he was actually banned for 10 games for that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think you should be banned for 10 games for that. I think they should just kick him out of the league, to be honest. I'm tired of seeing him pitch against the Braves. And
I think the Mets should just not be allowed to field a team this year.
I vote for him being the second person after Pete Rose to have a full lifetime ban.
Yeah.
What he did was egregious, and the fact that he would even try and stand up for himself, that's ludicrous. So, Max Scherzer, I hate you and your different color eyeballs.
Oh God.
I don't know what else to say.
Control that.
You're not a hickory crawdad.
It's all that rosin. It got in his eyes and turned one a different color, man.
Dude, no, it's resin. He uses his fake eyeball and just scoops resin out of it.
It's just a glass eye. It's like it keeps it lubricated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly though, like everybody's gotten soft lately. The last 4 years, they're checking people's fucking hands. That's fine. They actually did a poll in the MLB in 2019 before they put this into effect. And the vast majority of batters are like, I don't give a fuck what he has on his hand, because they were trying to take away the rosin as well. Mm-hmm. They were like, no, they need that because I don't want to get hit by 98 mile an hour split finger. They're like, no, please God, let them get it around the strike zone because
not on me.
Not everybody's Max Scherzer or fucking Max Fried. Not everybody can pinpoint everything.
Right,
so
exactly.
That actually helps them put it where it goes. Please let them use whatever they have in their capability to not hit me with a 101-2 seam. Please. Please, God, I've seen what's happened. Brett Butler got hit by one.
I felt that.
And he lost an eyeball. He could only bunt after that. Like, please, God, don't do that. But, just to wrap it up, Max Scherzer, I hate you. Thank you.
In closing, my closing argument is I fucking hate you.
Justin Verlander, you can suck it too.
All right, last thing we're gonna do before we hit the chop shop, we're gonna do Large March because I fucking love this video.
Large March has been sitting on the bench for way too long.
She has, and it's time for her to shine. So there's gonna be audio to this video, so just keep that in mind. And we'll go ahead and let her rip. I might just mute you for like 2 seconds, just long enough to hear it.
I'll mute myself.
Okay. All right, here we go. So we are. Oh, I'm on the right thing. Oh wait, I'm not on the right thing. Okay, here we go. It's okay. We didn't miss anything. She's just sorting. She's sorting her sheep. Okay, good. She's counting them out. I don't know how she's not tired yet. Ha ha ha.
Oh, Margie.
Oh, Margie.
You gonna be able to do it, honey?
Oh, I don't know. She's gonna have a tough time there.
That's it. You got it.
Come on,
You're
Marge.
not that big. I mean, you are. Come on, honey. You can do it. Come on.
Come on, Marge.
Oh, come on, Marge.
Come on, Marge. I just love her accent, first of all. We're gonna get to the fucking drop dead hilarious part in a second. But in the meantime, it's just her trying to shuffle this sheep through her gate. Alright, here we go.
Girl.
Atta girl. You're doing great, Marge.
Psychological. Oh, Margie. Made me work for that one.
By the way, my mother's name is Margie, so it's doubly hilarious for me. Oh, almost through. Not quite. Come on, Marge. You're a true champ. You're a true champ, Marge. You can get it. You can get through that gate. Oh, come on now. Come on now, Marge. Where's the large Marge? This is the large. So we're trying to give her more room here on the out. This is not the large Marge that I know. Large Marge would never get stuck. She would let no obstacle get in her way. Come on now.
No. Just back up.
Come on. You can get out of there. Yes, this is what this podcast has become. She just takes off with it. I love that. And you had to fucking block her from running into the pen with the rest of... I'm sorry. I'm fucking... Maybe I'm dumb for loving this video, but I fucking love this video. I thought it was hilarious. I'm gonna... You can unmute yourself now, Josh. I know, they just at the end, like, it's so funny.
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
I know, right? How do you not love Large Marge, bro?
Dude, look, she's fucking earned. Don't put her in the goddamn pen anymore, please. Like, just like let her out and go for the record.
Fucking shear that sheep, bro.
Yeah. Shear the sheep. I mean, that's dude. The fucking shanks that would come off that thing.
Oh
dude.
my god.
The shanks. I mean, I'm a carnivore, so the first thing I think is, oh my goodness.
The mutton chop we could have tonight.
Oh my goodness. You could put it on a grill and cook it for an hour and you still wouldn't get through the fat on that thing.
To me, the funniest part of it is the farmer going, "Oh Marge, oh we can't get through the gate, oh Marge," the fucking like Midwest/Canadian accent.
Yeah, fucking Minnesota.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Oh Marge, oh you're stuck again.
Oh Marge, yeah, oh I see you're stuck again. I'm coming, Mama. I got you, Mama.
And then Marge is just fucking in a death throw, just wiggling around with a fucking gate.
Marge. Yeah.
Oh god.
She ends up getting mauled to death by Marge. Like, will you quit putting me through the goddamn
Marge,
gate?
no.
Marge, it's like, I'm from St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. I'm diabetic. Can somebody stop feeding me sugar? Stop feeding me flour and barley, please.
No more treats for Large Marge, bro. Time to let her retire.
Can I just have grass, please? Please? This isn't funny anymore.
Oh god. So that was Large Marge. So let's go into the chop shop.
Large Marge.
Chop shop, I chopped you for having to go pee. I think you deserve that. I'm not gonna take that back.
So okay.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, I mean, so you don't want to appeal any of your chops?
I would like to appeal the Solaire chop because I accidentally said Jorge instead of Jose.
No, that's another chop. So
no, I said Jose instead of Jorge. I'm sorry. So I know I just said it backwards.
So you've been double chopped.
So all right, well never mind.
And listen, Joshua is not the same as Joseph. Hispanic people are a real culture, Philbo, and one day you'll realize this.
Are you assigning me to sensitivity training for the podcast?
I think I might have to. We might have to bring somebody on and counsel both of us.
Right.
But,
well, you might not be wrong about that. We can both use some counseling to some degree.
Mine's going to be, look, the Asperger's has gotten out of control lately, but
Yeah.
Mine's going to be a different tier. You're just, somebody just smacks you in the forehead when you fucking say something.
Right, exactly.
Mine, I smack back, but also I might enjoy the smack. So we have to go psychological with my training. But on my side, I do appeal that chop, and because I've explained myself, and
I don't care.
I will.
I don't care if you held it
listen.
for 3 weeks.
Listen, I identify as a 35-year-old white heterosexual male, and I'm not ashamed
Damn.
of my body. I'm not ashamed of my bodily functions.
How's that prostate
And
feeling,
therefore,
Josh? Is it getting bigger?
therefore, I will not be chopped. Sir.
Well, it's too late. I don't accept your appeal. So sorry.
Unfortunately, as the notes reflect, it was successfuled.
Hold on. Let me get out my calculator again.
So hang on. Let me go. Let me read back last week's. Filbo
right.
sucks at the beach.
All right,
And
carry
then,
the one.
Carry the. No, there's a 2 there.
Filbo doesn't suck at the beach. That was a whole segment. That was a whole segment of like me unchopping that.
It's in the notes.
You should have got a chop for that. You need a retroactive chop for saying that I sucked at the beach.
It's in the notes.
I don't care. I'm putting it in my notes that you get a retroactive chop.
Listen. I am reading the minutes as they are written. Okay.
As Monica has foretold.
Listen, we don't need to involve Thundercat in this. Okay? You don't want that.
You're probably right. I just want you.
No,
baby.
I am right. We don't need to involve Monica in the reading of the minutes. So anyway, shout out Thundercat. We haven't shouted you out, but because you weren't listening.
Because she wasn't here today.
She's at work. Anyway, so after my final calculations, Filbo has been shot by Josh successfully
in 8 episodes,
364,286 times, and Josh has successfully been shot by Filbo once.
Right.
Because the shop allowed it.
Right.
And Annie has been chopped by both Josh and Filbo. The only current standing double chop.
Exactly.
And the minutes also reflect that Filbo's dog received a chop.
Oh, did we give him a chop? That poor guy.
I believe I did.
So well, he probably deserved it.
Poor
Zito.
asshole.
The dog's name is Zito, by the way.
Zito.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
What an asshole. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it.
So that brings us to the end. Let's talk about our dick pic progress. We played 20 games. We're at 14-6 now for the Braves. So literally have to win 4 out of the next 10. And my dick gets a little bit bigger. And that's how the dick pic works.
Absolutely.
There'll be a dick meter. It'll just start to grow. The more you're right, the more it grows.
Yeah. So yeah, no, your dick pic is well on the way. It's a little bit more than semi-chubbed. It's definitely chubbed up pretty well.
Right.
Mine, the one that I'll reference today would be my Money Mike and Ronnie prediction. Unfortunately, Money Mike has some catching up to do. He has been hurt for the last 2 weeks. He'll be back shortly, but Ronald Acuna Jr. is batting at a very aggressive 274 clip currently.
Not bad.
And not bad at all, considering that was not even part of the pick. But as far as home runs go, he currently has 5 home runs and 8 stolen bases.
God damn.
Yeah, on that clip, he's still definitely he's right now he's on a clip to for the season have right around 40 home runs and about 80 stolen bases. So
that would be fucking crazy. He's not only 40 for 40, but his 40 for 40 stats is double the amount of stolen bases. But
here's the thing: he's been successfully picked off 3 times. Like he's
really
he's pushing the buttons.
Woo! How do you get picked off in these new rules too? Is the other thing.
He's pushing the buttons because I told you I actually looked into it. So they have a free lead until after the 2 attempts, and then there's a designated leadoff that they can't go past.
That makes sense because I was wondering about that.
Yeah. So his best shot is taking a 7-step lead and daring them to throw it because he's almost far enough there to where if they make a bad enough a pickoff throw, he's already at second anyway.
Right, exactly.
So, and especially with a subpar first baseman, he's done that once this season where the pickoff throw was high and it wasn't a good first baseman. I think it was against the Marlins. I think that was one of his stolen bases. Was he threw it high? The guy had to stretch to catch it, come back down to get the ball, and he actually stole the base off a pickoff.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he's that guy. Ronnie's back in full effect. Ronnie,
bring him out here.
Oh no, shit! No, he's playing. I forgot. He plays in like an hour.
The road during the season is tough, man. It's tough to get him out here during the season.
It is. He helicopters in when he can, but
Burt Ward style.
Yeah. Burt Ward. He rides on Burt Ward, just doing the lasso move.
The Burt Ward Transportation Service.
Yeah. A 76-year-old Burt Ward helicopters him in, just using his penis.
Well, I think that's a great note to end it on.
I think that's a wrap, kid.
Thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you for keeping it real. Thank you for dicking around with us. Thank you for liking, subscribing, subbing on Twitch now. By the way, you can sub on Twitch. Give us some of those dollar bills. You can throw it over on YouTube. You can sub there for free, of course. We just like the participation, so we'd like to see you out here with us. Give us a shout out on TikTok, here on Twitch, YouTube. Hit us up. And cheers to you guys. Appreciate y'all.
And soon to be on podcasts.
And soon to be on podcasts. That's also true.
Yeah.
Once I get more than 5 seconds of free time, we will be on podcasts. All right, y'all. Peace out. Thanks for joining us.
Peace out.
Peace. I gotta drink to that. I gotta drink to that first. Hold on. All right, I'm drinking to it. There we go. All right, peace.